بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله.
Hi guys. I don't know how to say this because it is difficult, but if you're the minority in a certain country, then don't start an uprising over a single incident that happened. Don't start shouting and getting aggressive and stuff like that, because as you've seen and as you're seeing, that whole country can turn against you, and it doesn't matter where you are. Even here in England, you might think, oh, it's not going to happen here. It can do. Selectively, here and there, there'll be, I know it's more civilized that way, there'll be more police presence here and there, but the point is, it can happen in your own little town, own little village. It can happen before the police even get there. It's difficult, I know, but it's not worth it. It's not worth everyone being slaughtered, basically, over small single incidents, although that is hard. But I'm saying, think about it. It's like we're 1%, they're 99%. Think about it when they turn against you. Normally they're putting up with us. At the end of the day, they're putting up with us. Think about it. We don't believe what they believe. We don't go to their funerals. We don't eat what they eat. We don't do things the way they do things. At the end of the day, they're putting up with us. Any place where we're the minority, they're putting up with us. So we've got to be careful not to annoy them to a certain point when we become arrogant, because that's normally how it starts. One thing is to say, excuse me, guys, look, yeah, one of our women was attacked, etc., etc. Will you look into it? And normally, by Allah as well, when you go about it normally, they look into it and they arrest their own. They're like, okay, yeah, justice has been done because miracle from Allah. Under normal circumstances, yeah, they wouldn't do it. But you see the miracle happen. You see it every day. You see it in the West. You see it in England. You see it in the UK. You see it in America, where the people of that land have done a crime against a minority, against a Pakistani, against an Indian, against an Arab or whatever, and those people are actually brought to justice. And you think, that's got to be a miracle. How can this happen? Anyway, because that's the right way to go about things. But when you start shouting and throwing things and saying, and having like a riot, a mini riot, and have an uprising, then it's just a case of time that those people will suddenly turn on us. And I know there's a lot of us who say, no, Allah is with us, we're righteous, and stuff like that. Yeah, probably 1 to 2% of you are. The problem is every other person who never prays, sits in the store all day, watching TV, watching Bollywood or whatever, never praying, never even thinking about anything, but yet knowing the religion. Those people, the punishment comes up on them anyway in those situations. The point is, why rush the punishment? You don't want to do that. And the good people, they get hurt as well. Call it testing, call it their time, whatever. The point is, although it's difficult, we've got to be patient and not start rioting and stuff like that and shouting and demanding as if we belong there. This is what annoys them, you see, when you suddenly like, this happened and that happened. We got to know our place, and we forget our place, you see. One day we're living comfortably and we get lost in that. It's like we think that we're just as much a citizen as them, but suddenly it occurs to them, hold on, you're like the Rohingya situation. It's like, hold on, you're in our country and you're shouting at us. It's like a bully situation. It's like, hold on, I'm really big and you're really, really small, and you're having a go at me for something that you don't like. Had you said it normally, I would have said, okay, I'll see what I can do about that, because you're looking up to me and respect the fact of my strength and size. But you're pointing your finger in my face upwards and saying, how dare you do this? You have no right to do this. We'll make you suffer, stuff like that. And then it's like, the big guy's like, hold on, I ain't putting up with this. Why don't I just give you a slap across the face? You know what I mean? Why don't I push your head into the ground? And stuff like that. So basically, we've got to be careful not to get aggressive like that in those countries. It's alright if you do it in your own country, that's fine. You know what I mean? There would be no reason to do it in your own country, and there would be no reason for you to go against each other because you are the same. So it doesn't matter. But doing it as a minority somewhere is really dangerous, and it's just because I don't want you to get hurt anymore and all this to happen. It's hurtful to watch it. You know, all I can do is pray, all we can do is pray, but the point is we don't want it to happen. So the reason I say it here is so in those situations there'll be some other people with that insight who will say, hey, hold on, don't do this. Can't you remember what happened in India? Can't you what happened to the Rohingyas? You know what I mean? Can't you remember what happened here and there? So someone can say it. It's like, oh yeah. Or at least if they don't listen, when they start it and they see suddenly like the locals get aggressive, they're like, oh no, he's right, I know what's happening. At least the signs come earlier rather than it happening when it's too late. Wherever you are, basically just remember to mention that, to say no guys, don't do this, do not do this, do not get angry, do not start flapping your arms around, do not start shouting and throwing things around. Yes, you know, make a complaint. Yes, say we want justice, we demand justice. Yes, we want this to happen, we want that to happen. But don't suddenly start acting like behaving like you own the place, because that's what makes them think, hold on, who are you? You don't own this place. We keep you. You don't keep us. Like I said, same as a situation. If you want the example and if you want to think of it clearly, it's the same as when you're in a situation in a group. You know what I mean? Everyone's all fine getting on and stuff like that. There's no power struggle. But suddenly, the one guy you said something to, and then you realise that you're on your own. Or you two are on your own and there's 6 of them, and they're the locals. And suddenly you think, I thought it was all good. It's like, then you realise, no, it's not. They're keeping us. They're staying friendly with us against the odds, against everything they dislike about us. They put up with us all that time until you got aggressive, and they're suddenly now thinking, hold on, why don't we just, beat you up? Well, we don't have to put up with this. That sort of thing. I think you understand what I mean. So thanks for listening, and please take that in and keep that information with you. So when it does happen, tweet about it, post it, whatever. It's like, hey guys, don't do this. Don't you remember what happened? Or if you're in the locality, yeah, say it, guys, don't do this. Don't get aggressive. Whatever you do, come back here, come back quick, get back inside. Don't just wait for it to diffuse. It's bad enough anyway. Let's just step away and let things get back to normal. I mean, do you really want your women and children to go through that, to be beaten up, to be killed, to be raped, and whatever, and all those things that happen? You know what I'm saying? For 1 or 2 people who got hurt, where you could still get justice by asking about it the right way, to go to the police or something. I know it might not be worth it. I know you say it might not be worth it, but I'm saying, yeah, it might not be worth it, but it'd be worth thousands of people not being killed for 2 people. Okay, thank you, bye.
Allah